we have one fantastic face to present to you. It's the face of my dear friend, stylish, Danish, and delightful Peter Mulvany, who's going to beam to us from Copenhagen. There he is, and tell us about Tokamak, which is a permanent installation of art. So we thought these things would be nice to present side by side. We're super excited that you're joining us, Peter. Always fashionable, always fun. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Peter Mulvany.
Hi, Meg. Thank you for that amazing presentation. That was the most sexy presentation I've ever received. I really appreciate it.
Anytime.
Good evening, Zoomers. I'm Peter Mulvany from Borderland. I'm going to tell you about how a gang of Swedish burners, they fucked up my understanding of burning. They made art into a commodity, stressed out good relationship with neighbors, and spent a fucking lot of money doing it. I'm going to tell you it was amazing. It was wonderful, and it was a standing proof of how the value of art, civic responsibility, and the 11th principle, each one teach one. I'm going to tell you about Temple of Tokamak. Are you seeing this, guys?
No, but do you see the bar at the bottom, the black bar that says participants, Q&A, share screen? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, it's a permanent land art installation at Borderland.
All right, there we go.
And last year, Borderland offered the site owners some permanent art to stay after the event. An art that should be a part of the site rent, and this art piece was loved by everyone, the Temple of Tokamak. And that's a 20-meter plus large wooden temple shaped like a ring to be built on a hilltop. And Tokamak, that's a type of Russian nuclear reactor, extremely dangerous and nearly impossible to build. We think it's a perfect project for burn. Temple of Tokamak. We need to move a slide. Temple of Tokamak is conceived by architect Annie-Lock Scherer from Stockholm. And as you know, every burner knows that we leave no trace. L&T is the first buzzword that comes then we learn as a part of the 10 principles. Understanding L&T makes you a burner. When Larry Harvey wrote his 10 principles, he explained and gave advice on how to use them. But after years of being a burner, Temple of Tokamak, it really fucked me. I've never really understood this principle before now. And this is what most of you know about L&T. Our community respects the environment. We are committed to leaving no physical trace of our activities whenever we gather. We clean up after ourselves. But, as you know, some of you, Larry had more under his hat than just leaving no trace. This is what he also wrote. We clean up after ourselves and endeavor, whenever possible, to leave such places in a better state than when we found them. Temple of Tokamak is Annie-Lock's artistic dream. The structure itself was pre-assembled at this burner house at Levander in Stockholm. It weighs about 3 tons with a cost of 11,000 euros and built over a period of 4 months and then transported to Denmark for assembly. As you see, it takes a big team to make a big dream come reality. Every year, Borderland, we invite the local public to visit us for guided tours, where we present our art and community. This year, we also invited the local press. We do this to get acceptance for our values and to educate about our values. The site owner is now extremely happy for her land art, but local reactions, they're mixed. Some locals see it as ugly. They're provoked by the religious expression, and they dislike us for building in the nature area. So I have a list of warnings for you guys who want to make permanent art. You get a whole new set of problems when you try to build something permanent to stay. Making a structure permanent increases cost and build time consumption by a factor of 2 or 3. Design becomes more demanding in terms of materials and workmanship. It needs to survive an autumn storm or a winter frost. And the entire concept must cope with the stress of the default world. Last year, Borderland offered a total of 7 permanent art projects. 1 art installation was rejected by site owner for higher safety demands in the default world, and the 2 were stolen immediately after the event. They just disappeared. So, in conclusion, burners, we leave a better trace when possible, we make permanent art, we improve infrastructure, and we are the responsible civic organization that helps out. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Peter. And thank you for making the effort to install permanent art. And you're right. When you have public things, there's a lot of care and restorations that need to be done. So it's definitely sometimes more than you bargained for. But thank you for kind of paving a way for other events and communities to follow.